What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk about two kindred spirits on the hardwood. In the storied history of the New York Knicks, certain players have captured the hearts of fans, not just for their talent, but for their gift, their grit, their tenacity, and the relentless energy that they brought to the court. One of those players is John Starks. A fan favorite from the 1990s was one such player. Today, Knicks fans see echoes of John Starks and Josh Hart, a current player who embodies many of the same qualities that made John Starks a legend. While they played in different eras and under different circumstances, the parallels between John Starks and Josh Hart are striking, making them kindred spirits in the world of basketball. Now, let's talk a little bit about the journey from underdog to fan favorite. One of the most compelling similarities between John Starks and Josh Hart is their journey to the NBA, then their rise to prominence within the Knicks. Starks was famously undrafted out of college. He fought his way into the league, joining the Knicks in 1990 after a series of stints in the minor leagues and then overseas. His path to the NBA was anything but guaranteed, yet he made the most out of every opportunity, eventually becoming a key player for the Knicks team that regularly contended in the NBA playoffs. Josh Hart's journey, while more straightforward in terms of being drafted, shares the same underdog spirit. He was a late first-round pick in the 2017 NBA draft. Hart had to prove himself at every level. His career had been marked by hard work, determination, and a willingness to do whatever it took to help his team win, qualities that have endeared him to fans and coaches alike. Like Starks, Hart wasn't handed anything. He earned his place through sheer effort and an indomitable will to succeed. Now, also what they share are relentless energy and defense. When John Starks stepped onto the court, you knew that you were going to get relentless energy, aggressive defense, and a player who was willing to sacrifice his body for the good of the team. That whole Patrick Ewing 90s team represented that. Starks was known for his tenacity, often guarding the opposing team's best player, and for his ability to come up with big plays when the Knicks needed them most. Whether it was a clutch three-pointer, whether it was a steal, whether it was his iconic dunk over Michael Jordan himself and Horace Grant, Starks played with a fire that inspired his teammates and electrified Madison Square Garden. Now, this past playoffs, we saw something similar. Josh Hart brings that same intensity to today's Knicks, known for his defensive prowess and his ability to guard multiple positions. Hart has quickly become a crucial piece of the team's defensive identity. Like Starks, he's not afraid to dive for loose balls, take charges, or crash the boards with reckless abandon. His hustle and heart on the defensive end sets the tone for the rest of the team, much like Starks did during his time in New York. Now, they both show offensive impact in big moments. While both players are primarily celebrated for their defense and energy, they also have a knack for making big plays on offense. Starks was never afraid to take the big shot, and he delivered in countless crucial moments for the Knicks. His fearless attitude, especially in the playoffs, not that finals, but especially in the playoffs, made him a player that the team could rely on in clutch situations. His shooting was streaky at times, but when he got hot, he could take over a game in an instant. Josh Hart, on the other hand, while not necessarily known for his scoring, has a similar ability to impact the game offensively when it matters most. He's a smart and efficient scorer who knows when to pick his spots, whether it's hitting a timely three-pointer or driving to the basket in transition. Like Starks, Hart's contributions go beyond the stat sheet. It's the intangibles, timely offensive rebounds, key assists, or just the threat of his presence that make him invaluable in crucial moments. And then we finally look at the connection with the fans. Perhaps the most important similarity between John Starks and Josh Hart is their connection with fans. New York is a city that loves its underdogs, And both Starks and Hart embody the qualities that resonate with Knicks fans. Hard work, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to the team. Starks became a beloved figure in New York not just because of his play on the court, but because of the passion. He showed every time he put on a Knicks jersey. He played like he had something to prove, and in doing so, he became a symbol of the city's blue-collar ethos. Josh Hart also has quickly become a fan favorite in New York. His hustle, his attitude, and his willingness to do the dirty work have endeared him to a fan base that appreciates players who leave it all on the floor. Hart plays with a chip on his shoulder, much like Starks did, and that mentality has made him a perfect fit for the Knicks and for New York City. So ultimately what we do look at is we look at the legacy and the impact of both teams. Starks is cemented. Now we're looking at what Josh Hart is doing. While John Starks and Josh Hart will be remembered for different things, Starks for his iconic moments in the 90s and Hart for his contributions to the current Knicks, they share a legacy of hard work. They share a legacy of determination and a deep connection to the city they represent. Both players have shown that greatness isn't just about talent. It's about your heart. It's about your effort. It's about the willingness to give everything you have for your team. And in the end, the similarities between John Starks and Josh Hart remind us of what makes certain players special. It's not just about the numbers or the highlights. It's about the spirit they bring to the game. It's about the way they inspire their teammates. And it's about the bond that they form with the fans. In this way, Starks and Hart are more than just basketball players. They are embodiments of the values that define New York basketball, and that's what makes them truly great. What do you think? I'm gonna leave that here. Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our routine. If there is no struggle, there's no progress. But remember this, whether it's in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here in Knicks Deli, everybody eats. Shit. And I'm out. Peace.